I bought my wedding dress from a thrift store for $75. My fiancé Eston's mother offered me $10,000 to upgrade before the wedding. The moment I slipped on that vintage lace dress in the back corner of Goodwill, I knew it was mine. It wasn't perfect parent, slightly yellowed with age, missing a few beads along the hem parent, but something about it felt right. The $75 price tag was exactly what my teacher's salary could afford. After 6 months of gentle restoration work, paired to soaking it in a special solution to restore the ivory color hand-stitching replacement beads I'd found online, adjusting the silhouette to fit my frame, parent transformed into something magical. Not designer, not expensive, but mine, in a way no off-the-rack dress could ever be. When James proposed after 5 years together, we agreed on a small, meaningful wedding that reflected our values: sustainable, personal, and debt-free. We're saving for a house, not a single day of pageantry. The first time I met James' mother, Catherine, was at our engagement dinner at the upscale restaurant she insisted on. She spent the evening dropping casual mentions of family wealth I'd never heard about from James. Catherine comes from old money, the kind where no one discusses exact figures, but everyone drives German cars and vacations in places with private runways. You two should let me handle the wedding, she said, champagne glass delicately poised. James' sister had a reception at the club. We can book it for next summer. James squeezed my hand under the table. We've already booked the Botanical Garden Pavilion for May's small ceremony, just 40 guests. Catherine's smile tightened. Quaint. Last weekend, she invited me to her club for lunch. I assumed it was a peace offering, her way of accepting our wedding plans. I arrived in my best sundress to find her sitting with 3 other women around my mother's age, all wearing tennis whites and diamond studs. These are my dearest friends, they've all helped plan their children's weddings. What followed was an hour of subtle interrogation disguised as advice. Where was my dress from? Who was my photographer? Had I considered the Henderson Hotel instead of that park pavilion when I mentioned my restored thrift store dress? The table went silent. You are not serious, Catherine finally said. I showed them a photo on my phone. Pert me beaming in the vintage lace gown restored to a soft ivory glow. Catherine excused us from the table and led me to a private corner of the terrace. Rachel, I understand you and James have your values, she began, her voice lowered. But this wedding isn't just about you. It's about families coming together. My friends' children all had proper weddings. She opened her designer handbag and removed her checkbook. I am prepared to give you $10,000 right now to purchase a suitable dress from Bergdorf's. I've already spoken with their bridal consultant. They're expecting you next Saturday. I stared at the check she was writing, my name already penned in her perfect cursive. This isn't about the dress, is it? I asked quietly. Of course it is. You can't possibly walk down the aisle in something from a charity shop. I restored that dress myself. Every bead, every stitch represents hours of care, and that's creative, she replied. But some things are worth investing in. Think of the wedding photos you'll have forever. I looked at her, really looked at her. Thornton suddenly understood. This wasn't about a dress, it was about erasing what she saw as evidence of my background, of who I am, the one that cost less than the lunch we just had. That evening, I showed James the photo of the check his mother had tried to give me. He was silent for a long moment before calling her. Mom, he said simply, Rachel's dress is perfect because she chose it. And if you can't see that, maybe you should reconsider attending. 3 days later, a package arrived from Catherine Pard. The vintage sapphire earrings James' grandmother wore at her wedding. The note read, something borrowed, something blue. Perhaps we can both compromise. Some things money can't buy, and some things aren't for sale at any price.